Welcome back, everybody. Did you know that 1 in 5 Americans, 1 in 5 has a mental illness, and 60% of those do not receive mental health treatment? Well, the Patrick P. Lee Foundation is doing something about that. Here with more is Executive Director Jane Mogavero. Jane, it's nice to have you here. It's nice to know about this foundation that people can go to, and there it is, bekindtothemind.org, especially with what's been going on nationally this week and losing 2 very public figures to suicide.
Yeah, it is an issue that is impacting the entire community, and not just Western New York, but the nation. And it's now important more than ever that we be part of the solution. So Be Kind to the Mind, the first phase of it features Congressmen Higgins and Reed, a Republican and Democrat coming together and talking about the importance of increased funding for mental health services. So in light of what's happened, you know, we want to make sure that when people are struggling, services are available, and that we've created a community that is supportive of them seeking the help they need.
And the truth is that the mental health community is severely underfunded.
It is, and we have a shortage of mental health professionals as well. So encouraging people to go into the field is important, but also recognizing that if people go to get services and they have a long delay to meet with a psychiatrist, they might lose faith and hope in the system and then retreat further into their illness.
Now, you notice that the Patrick P. Lee Foundation is working with local politicians, but really anybody can log on to this website and find out where there's help and what you can do to maybe, you know, nudge these politicians to let them know that we need more funding for this.
That's right. When you go to the website, there is a page where you can look up your elected official, local, state, federal, and it's important to contact all the levels of government to let them know this is important. But share this site with your friends and family all over the country. This is something that is a national issue. We also have social media presence, so put it out on Facebook, but it's not our problem in Western New York to solve. It's really a national issue that requires that level of attention.
Tell us where the Patrick P. Lee Foundation came from. I understand it's kind of a private family foundation.
That's right. The Lee family is the family foundation that I work for, and Patrick Lee is a businessman in Western New York, and when he sold his company, he created this foundation. They have been touched by mental illness as a family, so it's very personal to them, the work that they're doing. Like so many, they tried to get services for their loved one and struggled at times to find those right connections. So they really want to take what they've gone through and help others that are going through similar things.
And that's another thing. Even when there are services available, people aren't aware that some of these services are available here in Western New York. You just need to know where to go to find it.
That's correct. We also support another campaign, Let's Talk Stigma, and they did a focus group and realized that a lot of people didn't know where to go for help. So there are resources available online. You can look up by your zip code to find your provider, but it's important for people to realize that there is help out there. You know, I'm not a mental health professional, but I certainly think we all have a role in helping people connect to those services. So educating ourselves about mental illness and the needs in the community is so important. One of the things that people can do is actually take a mental health first aid course. And so this is something that we fund at the foundation in partnership with Compeer. And it's sort of like CPR. So you're not being trained to be a doctor, but you're being trained and educated to help when crisis is happening, to connect people to the resources they need and to understand how you can support someone in their struggles.
That's so smart. And again, removing that stigma where people are almost afraid to go look for help and be stigmatized with you know, that mental illness. It's something. 1 in 5 folks, you know, and it presents in so many different ways. But we do have some good help out there, but we need more and we need funding, and that's why people need to go to the Patrick P. Lee Foundation website.
Yep, and Be Kind to the Mind has the information about contacting your local officials.
Jane, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a message that is so timely. Bekindtothemind.org. Visit the website today.